Hello and welcome to another pick a card reading with your messages for the week ahead, week beginning 8th of September that is. So as always, tune in with your intuition and choose a pile that you feel drawn to, and then you can use the timestamps in the description box to jump straight to your pile. You may also feel drawn to several piles, and then it's perfectly fine to watch both or all of them. Okay, see you in a bit. Hello and welcome pile number 1. If this is your pile, then this is going to be your reading with your messages for the week beginning 8th of September. You've chosen the strawberry quartz and envy. I am the same as everybody, but with different challenges. Okay, so the feeling I'm getting is that maybe this week you will have to work a little bit with feelings of envy. And I'm getting this feeling that a lot of that actually comes from your own feelings of being inadequate, and that your envy is actually directing you towards that. Because what you are seeing in others that makes you feel envy is your own potential. And in order for you to develop and manifest your own potential, it's important to look at the ways in which you are standing in your own way, the ways in which you make yourself feel smaller than you are, the way in which you criticize yourself, you doubt yourself, and buy into false beliefs about yourself. That's the first thing I'm getting for you for this week. Let's see what else we're getting for you, pile number 1. What messages do they need to hear for the week beginning 8th of September, yes. I'm always getting confused with the dates. Okay, so we have victory. So that makes me feel like you will overcome that envy. You will overcome whatever it is within you that is standing in your own way and preventing you from achieving the things that you feel envious about in others. So that's a really, really positive message for you coming in. We also have protection. So Spirit wants you to know that you're not alone in this process, that they are having your back, they're cheering you on. It's not a pleasant feeling to experience envy, and it's also not pleasant to face up to our inner critic and all the beliefs and things that make us feel crap about ourselves, basically. And I think Spirit just wants you to know this week that they are there behind you, having your back, cheering you on. You can do this, is the message I'm hearing. There we have the devil. So definitely reference to the ways in which you keep yourself trapped, the ways in which you're giving away your power to the devil, which represents any sorts of thoughts, habits, behaviors that are self-sabotage, basically. So yes, the envy is really just a signpost to point you there. It's saying, this is what you need to look at, really. And Spirit is saying, we can do this. You can do this, and we're there behind you. And we also have soin, which is care. So this is really another message from Spirit to be gentle with yourself in that process. This is not about beating yourself up for having fallen into the devil's arms, as it's depicted in this card. But it's about being gentle with yourself, to be the opposite of the critic. What you don't need is another critic when you're dealing with your own critic and how you have fallen for him. You know, it's like, that just reinforces that pattern. It's about actually being with yourself like maybe a child or a friend, someone you really care for, you know, and to gently look at those patterns and to work on releasing them by giving yourself lots of love and lots of self-care. And it's also not about beating yourself up for feeling envy. Like I said, every emotion has a function, and the function of envy is to signpost you to look at how you're standing in your own way from achieving the things that you feel envious about. I'm mixing things up a little bit. I'm also going to use a second tarot set. Let's see what else you need to know. Pile number 1 for the week beginning 8th of September. We've got this one. I'm feeling this one and this one. Let's see what else we've got. The Page of Earth, which is the Page of Coins. Beautiful picture. I love the pictures in this tarot deck. Justice. And the 5 of Earth, which is the 5 of Coins. The 5 of Coins in the traditional tarot depicts 2 beggars who walk past a illuminated church window, you know, and it's can symbolize a poverty mindset, and that again goes with these messages we are getting, you know. I think that's a message to say, yes, you know, care for yourself and look after yourself and be kind to yourself, but it's a warning not to fall into self-pity, you know, into this poverty mindset of poor me. There is no need for you to think of that of yourself, like that of yourself. Instead, think of yourself as the Page of Earth. This is a card full of youthful energy, and you know, the pages are young people who are ready to set out in the world. They're not experienced, they don't have achieved anything yet, but that doesn't stop them. You know, quite the opposite. It's the very innocence that gives them their strength and their passion and their courage to see things through. It's the kind of beginner's mindset. And I think this is what you're being invited to take on this week. You know, let all that other stuff go. You know, just start again. You know, whatever it is that you're doing and where you've been standing in your own way, you know, like let it all go. And like a child or a young person, just play. Just do it. Just enjoy it. Don't think too much about it. Just throw yourself into it. And justice is a reminder that what you reap, that you sow. You know, it's very much a card for me that always represents cause and effect. So it's also about putting the work in. You know, like you also need to take practical steps to move forward to achieve the things you want to do. It's not just all about working on the obstacles. That's all important, of course, it's the foundation. But at the end of the day, you need to step into action. That's what's going to bring you results. Right. I think a lovely message is coming through for you today. Yes, today for this coming week. Let's see some final messages from the Oracle cards for you. Pile number 1. We have discernment. I think that's just a final reminder from Spirit to watch your mind this week. There are a lot of pitfalls and things where your mind could go, obviously. You know, it could fall prey to the inner critic and be really harsh. You could be really harsh with yourself. You could fall into self-pity, the envy. There are all kind of emotional pitfalls that you will have to navigate this week. So it's just a reminder from Spirit to just watch your mind this week and to not fall for them. You know, this is really the energy you want to be focusing on at the end of the day. To step forward confidently, with a sense of innocence and a spirit of adventure. That's what I've got for you this week. I hope you have a lovely week and see you soon. Bye bye. Hello and welcome, pile number 2. If this is your pile, then this is going to be your reading for the week beginning 9th of September. You've chosen the Citrin, and let's see what your card says. We have blame. I accept responsibility for my well-being. Okay, so the message that's coming through here for you is an invitation to take responsibility for you and your life, specifically your well-being, and to let go of any tendencies to blame circumstances or other people or anything else really. It's really an invitation to recognize your own sovereignty. Your life is yours. And there's this quote that I can't recall exactly now, but it goes something like, my life really began when I realized that, I'm the one in charge of it. Your life is your responsibility, and that can be hard. It's tough, to take real responsibility for ourselves, for our lives, and to put the work in that is required. It's much easier to play victim and blame other people, but it's also ultimately so much more rewarding. Because the results you're getting when you're really taking responsibility for your own life are incredible. And you cannot achieve those results while you're playing victim and blaming circumstances and other people. It's only when you start taking full responsibility for your own life that you can live your best life. That's the first message I'm hearing for you for this week beginning 9th of September. Let's see what we're getting from the tarot cards. Pile number 2. What do they need to know for the week beginning 9th of September? Let's start with these. So we have confiance, trust and faith. Again, this goes so well with this because this is an invitation to have faith and trust in your own ability to take responsibility for your life. Stop relying on other people. Stop looking for other people to catch you. You can catch yourself. You can do it. You are perfectly capable of taking charge of your life and making the things you want happen. Equilibrium. So yes, I think the message I'm hearing is that you need to re-establish equilibrium between the power you're giving away to others and taking responsibility for your own life. I feel like you have really been heavily relying on your environment and on other people to make you happy, to give you what you need, So if they have been nice to you, you're happy. If they're not, then you're unhappy. And there is no way to be. It's a very wobbly line that you have no control over. So I think that is the invitation here. It's time to take responsibility for your own happiness and to take your power back that you have been given to other people. Imperatrice, the Empress. Here this is a card that also means reconciliation. And I'm feeling here, while this normally connects to family and others, in this reading for your message, I'm seeing this as reconciliation with yourself. It's time for you to be there for yourself. It's time for you to really have your own back, to be fully there for yourself, yes, that's really the message that's coming through for me so strongly, you know. It's almost like rescuing yourself from what you've done by making it so much a victim of other people and their behaviors. You know, it's like your inner self is craving for you to hold it, you know, to catch it, to have its back, to really, you know, protect it from giving so much power to other people in other circumstances. It's craving for you to step up and take responsibility of your life again and your own well-being. Stop letting other people determine how you feel. Change is necessary. And if you do, you can make the most incredible things happen. Abundance. I mean, this is what I said at the very beginning when we only had this card out. You cannot achieve this kind of abundance when you're giving your power away to other people. It's impossible. You know, if you want to fulfill your dreams, then you have to step up and take responsibility for your own life. There's no other way. Let's see, we've got another set of tarot cards. I'm mixing things up a bit and I'm enjoying it. So pile 2, what else do they need to know for this week beginning 9th of September? We have the 8 of Air, which is the 8 of Swords, and we also have the 5 of Air, which is the 5 of Swords. Now, the 5 of Air is in the traditional tarot a guy who collects the swords after a battle. He's clearing up after the fight, and with mixed emotions, because whether you have won or lost, you know, there is no real winner in war. But the feeling I'm getting for you that, yeah, it's time to clean up your act. It's a bit harsh with you, the messages from Spirit, I feel. No, it's not harsh. It's in your best interest. And the 8 of Swords, that's again is, I think it perfectly symbolizes in the original tarot. I wish we had that card here now, where you are, because it's a woman. She's standing in a row of swords, loosely tied up, and her eyes blindfolded. But the blindfold also is not on very tight. And basically it's a woman who feels trapped, but isn't. Because she could untie herself so easily. She could take those blindfolds off so easily and just walk away. And I think that is the image here. It's like you feel like a victim. You feel at the mercy of circumstances and other people's, but you are really not. The only thing you need to do to free yourself from that is to take off your chains, take off the blindfold, walk away, and take full responsibility for your own life and your own well-being. It's time to move on from that. It's time to tidy up and move on. Let's see if we have some final messages for you. Pile number 2. What else do they need to know? Whoa. We have discernment and assessing. Yes, Spirit really double checks that you're getting the message. You really need to look at that this week. It's really, really important for you to get a clear understanding of what you're doing, how you're giving away your power, and to really, through that discernment and assessing, coming to a firm decision that you are no longer going to do that, because this is waiting for you on the other side. This is what you're denying yourself, the abundance, the happiness, the wishes come true by giving away your power to other people. So I'm wishing you lots of discernment and lots of strength for this coming week, and I hope to see you soon. Bye bye. Hello and welcome, pile number 3. If this is your pile, then this is going to be your reading for the week beginning 9th of September. Right, let's see what we've got for you. We have growth. I want to expand my consciousness and my awareness. So this coming week for you will bring some development and some growth in the areas of awareness and consciousness, but possibly also other areas of your life. So let's see what the tarot cards have to say to gain a little bit more clarity around this growth that's coming in for you. Pile number 3. What do they need to know for the week beginning 9th of September? Okay. I will start with this one because I can see them. So we have blessure, which is an injury or a wound. So this confirms to me that growth is coming in an area where you have some pain, an old wound, an injury. This is where your growth is going to take place. Okay, next we have attachment. So it has something to do with relationships. And attachment. It could be something to do with codependency, being overly attached to other people. So it's definitely a wound to do with relationships. Apologies, I had to pause the video. There was someone at the door. Okay, so we talked about that growth is coming in for you this week in an area of a wound to do with relationships. We also have lut, which means struggle. So something you've been struggling with in your relationship that has caused you a lot of pain is where you're going to experience some growth today. We have judgment. So it's definitely coming to some sort of final resolution in that area. Something is going to happen this week that brings this to a conclusion, where you will make a judgment. And we have fear. So there is a lot of fear involved for you as well with that. But then we have the world. I'm sorry, I'm just trying to put this into words. It's not going to be an easy week for you, you know, I'm not going to lie to you. There is something coming up in your relationships this week that's going to be quite painful, trigger a lot of fear in you, but that will lead to a conclusion, to growth and a new world for you. But it's not going to be easy. It's not going to be pleasant. Let's see what else we've got for you. We have the 6 of Earth, which is the 6 of Coins, and we have the Sun. The 6 of Coins is traditionally an image where you see someone handing out coins to beggars. And it depends how you interpret that card and where you see yourself. Are you the one giving out the coins, or are you the one begging for them? And I feel like you have been the one begging for it in your relationships. You've been begging for crumbs. And you're going to realize that this week. And you're done with it. You are no longer willing to settle for receiving crumbs. You want more than that. And you know that you deserve more than that. So, yes, there could be some big changes and big decisions coming in for you this week in your relationships. It doesn't necessarily mean that you're going to end a relationship. It's a possibility. It could also just mean that there will be a big argument or a big showdown, so to speak, where all these issues will come onto the table and will need to be resolved for growth to happen. So it could well mean that it's a crisis in your relationship that will lead to growth, but it could also mean that it's going to be the final straw for some of you. Let's see what messages we are getting from the Oracle cards. Any last messages for pile number 3? We've got patience. You are asked to be patient. In what regard is up to you. Maybe you've also run out of patience. Maybe you have shown a lot of patience in the past and you're done with being patient. I'll leave that to you to interpret what this means. Does it mean that you should be more patient or continue to be patient? Or does it mean that you have finally run out of patience? That's a decision only you can answer. And I shall leave you with that. I hope you have a week full of growth. A week where by the end you will feel the energies of the sun, whichever decisions you make, whatever outcome this will bring. Something will be healed, that's for sure. Have a lovely week. See you soon. Bye bye.